my gosh, by golly, it's time for trivia that's jolly! And here for the last time in 2024 is your festive holiday host, SwagMan! SwagMan the host, what's your favorite holiday movie? That's right, everybody, it is me, the SwagMan, ending the year with a wonderful holiday movies themed trivia. I'm so excited to be here with you all. This has just been a great year of trivia, a great year of fun, and it has been a joy to be here with you all throughout the year, and not just this year, all the years. We've been doing this for a while. This is a delight. It really is. UCLA Santa heard that I was hosting, and really, you said that was a gift, but really, it's a gift to be with you all. This is one of my favorite things to do. So I am glad to be here with you. You know, a lot of the folks in the chat are saying they'll miss us. I mean, we're going to miss you too. But good news, we'll be back on January 2nd, and I'm going to fill you in more on that later. Jimmy SR1958 was talking, saw John Denver in 1978 with the wife, and that's just so funny to me because I was literally just listening to my favorite Christmas album in the car. It's John Denver and the Muppets did a Christmas album together. It is so good. If you haven't listened to it, check it out. Just go. It's amazing. It's full of heart. It's full of fun. It's full of just holiday joy. So gotta give that a shout out right there. But it seems like you're all in festive spirits. Yes, someone else saying that they love the John Denver Muppet Christmas album. I love it. We would listen to that every year, just driving around, especially on the road trip when we would go to Baltimore for the holidays. I mean, it's so good. It is so good. But you know what, folks? You've got until the count of 10 to get your lovely, smart, all good keysters into my app before I pump your heads full of quiz. It's time to wrap up both Holiday Movies Week and the entire year for Daily Trivia Live, the mobile game show where you win money from the comfort of your phone. This is your brain, and you have to protect it. As you play for today's grand prize, let's take a look at that grand prize, shall we? There it is, $1,000 on the line. And when you correctly answer 10 multiple choice trivia questions about holiday movies, you will win your share of it. Now, in this game, you'll earn 1 bonus SB for every question you get right after question number 1, even if you've already been eliminated. Now, if you win the game, they're automatically added to your prize. You know what I call that. That right there, that's one of the perks. But otherwise, you'll have to claim them at the end of the game to keep them. Yeah, if you don't win the game, you must click claim. The first time you get a question wrong, as long as it's before question number 10, you can rejoin to get another shot at the grand prize. Either using SB, it's usually like 1 SB, and you're gonna win another like 9, so you still win. Or you could use a free rejoin, right? Just click the plus sign in the top left-hand corner of the main menu anytime a game's not happening, and you can get more free rejoins by watching some videos, which sounds pretty easy to me. Now, this is the final game of Second Chance Week as well, which means you're getting 3 free rejoins just for playing the game. They'll be credited before the first game of 2025. In each game, we give away 5 100 SB prizes to 5 players who win and claim at least 1 SB in the game. Here are Wednesday's winners. Congratulations. Everyone else, keep playing and claiming, because next time the winner could be you. Now that we've rendered the instructions for the last time in 2024, we've got 17,000 plus people here. It's time to get the game started. Here for you all is question number 1. In the Santa Claus 3, Martin Short plays which wintry villain? Jack Frost, the Abominable Snowman, or Snow Miser? Who does Martin Short play in the Santa Claus 3? You'd think that Scott Calvin becoming Santa Claus in the Santa Claus would be the end of the story, but it has continued, including Martin Short's Jack Frost trying to take over Christmas in the 3rd movie. Jack Frost is the answer. 14,512 of you getting that one right and moving on. Well done. A lot of you went with Snow Miser. As far as I know, Snow Miser is only in The Year Without a Santa Claus. The Year Without a Santa Claus is where Snow Miser pops up. I also played the Snow Miser for a holiday show once, but we don't need to talk about that, okay? That was a long time ago, and the pants were so silvery. We're on to Q2 right now. It is worth a bonus SB if you get it right, as is every question from here on out. So here we go. It's time for Q2. In the original Miracle on 34th Street, at which department store does Kris Kringle work? Wanamaker's, Clover, or Macy's? In the original Miracle on 34th Street, at which department store does Kris Kringle work? Here's a question for you. What if Santa was just hanging out in New York? And what if, upon seeing how bad the Santa in the Macy's Day Parade was, Santa decided to just drop in and do it himself the whole season? I mean, because this movie answers that question, and Santa's just hanging out at Macy's. Macy's is the answer. 15,269 of you getting that one right. Well done. That's even more people than got the last question right. We got 91% of you getting that one right and moving on. Macy's, you know, everyone at Gimbel's was like, what is Macy's doing? And everyone who was shopping was like, this is a class act. And then Gimbel's is like, well, we got to do that. And you know what? I don't want to give away the whole movie if you haven't seen it. So let's just go on to question 3, worth a bonus SB. Here we go. Who does Cousin Eddie kidnap in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation? Clark, Clark's boss, or a dog? Who does Cousin Eddie kidnap in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation? When Clark has one of his classic expletive-laden meltdowns, he says what he wants for Christmas. His stingy boss delivered to him in a bow, which Cousin Eddie takes literally. Cousin Eddie kidnaps Clark's boss, everybody. 81% of you got that one right. 13,069 of you got that one right. Which, if you think about it, is kind of like the plot of A Christmas Carol. I'm sure that Bob Cratchit was like, man, if Ebenezer Scrooge could just go away. And then a whole bunch of ghosts were like, we got you, fam. All right, time for Q4 now. It's worth a bonus SB. A lot of you rejoined. Well done. Here's Q4. In A Christmas Story, what is the name of Ralphie's father? It's never mentioned. Hal or Ralph Sr.? What's the name of Ralphie's father in A Christmas Story? Have you seen this when it's on for like 24 hours straight on TBS? A Christmas Story is great because it just has so many exquisite details in it. But writer Gene Shepard left one important detail out. The name of Ralphie's dad is never mentioned. He's just called the old man. He doesn't have a name. The name is not mentioned. And this was a super tough question. Only 6,662 of you got that one right. That's only 46% of you. Oh, what a tough one. But we've already got 5,600 people back in the game. Well done. Remember, it's a second chance week. You're going to get 3 rejoins just for playing. So if you've got a free rejoin, just use it now. Get back in the game. Hal, well, that's just the name of our producer. And Ralph Sr. is something that we made up. We're on to Q5 now, though. It's worth a bonus SB. And no matter what, you can be playing for these bonus SB. Okay, so hang out and have some holiday movie fun with us, all right? Here now for you is Q5 worth a bonus SB. Before Billy Bob Thornton took the role in Bad Santa, who was in deep talks to star in it? George Clooney, Bill Murray, or Steve Buscemi? This was one of our hints for you. Who was in deep talks to play Bad Santa before Billy Bob? Now look, Billy Bob Thornton was a perfect fit for Bad Santa, but in order to get the role, he had to wait for an offer because Bill Murray, the original choice, was in negotiations. Bill Murray is the answer. 91% of you getting that one right. Well done. 11,177 of you. Moving on. Oh, great job. Only a few of you went with Clooney. Another few of you with Buscemi. Both of those would have been very interesting choices. Very interesting. We're on to Q6 now. Over halfway done with the quiz. Another bonus SB for you here if you get it right. Here we go. Q6. What makes gremlins multiply? Food after midnight, light, or water? What makes gremlins multiply? I saw someone in the chat earlier saying they want some gremlins questions. Well, here you go. When Billy receives his mogwai, he's given rules. Avoid bright lights, which are deadly. Don't feed him after midnight, or else he becomes a gremlin. And 3, don't water because it'll make him multiply. Water makes them multiply. 70% of you got that one right. That's still kind of a tough question. 8,032 of you moving on, but we lost 3,400 people. A lot of you already back in it with a rejoin. So glad we had a Gremlins question in there for you, though, because I saw you. You wanted it. Oh, someone read the question wrong. I know. It's okay. You got this, though. You got this. We can still rejoin. We can still have fun, because question 7 is here. It's worth a bonus SB. It's okay. Here we go. Russell Shearman won an Academy Award for It's a Wonderful Life. Why did he win it? Invented new fake snow, created the original story, or wardrobe? Why did Russell Shearman win that Academy Award for It's a Wonderful Life? Now, folks, we talked earlier this week about how It's a Wonderful Life, it was a bomb. It didn't do well at the box office, all right? But it did. It did get Oscar recognition for Russell Shearman, who invented a new way to create fake snow and film. I ran up and down Bedford Falls saying, "Merry Christmas, y'all building and loading." Oh no! Clarence, help us, Clarence. Only 31% of the people got that one right, Clarence. 2,787 of them. They went back in the quiz, Clarence. They went back in, Clarence. And a lot of you used a free rejoin. That's great. That's great. You're back in it, Bert. Bert! What do you know about that, Bert? Merry Christmas. All right. I'm just giving you time, guys. And I ran out of lines from It's a Wonderful Life, but that's okay, because question 8 is here. And it's worth a bonus SB. Here you go. You can still get the bonus SB. What future comedy star auditioned for the role of Santa in Home Alone? Conan O'Brien, Chris Farley, or John C. Reilly? This was another one of our quiz or hints. What future comedy star auditioned for the role of Santa in Home Alone? The Santa heading out to a party that gives Kevin a few Tic Tacs needed a comedian in the role. Ken Hudson Campbell got the role, but his Second City colleague Chris Farley also auditioned. That's right, Chris Farley. If he'd gotten it, Santa would have lived in a van down by the river. 4,151 of you got that one right. That's 84% of you. Well done. Only a few of you went. Conan O'Brien would have made a very weird Santa. I also think he would have been a little too young. But a very strange Santa. Just the skinniest Santa ever. Also probably the tallest. We're on to Q9 now with a bonus SB. Here we go, Q9. Who stars opposite Dan Aykroyd in 1983's Trading Places? John Belushi, Eddie Murphy, or Joe Piscopo? Who stars opposite Dan Aykroyd in 1983's Trading Places? Originally conceived as a Richard Pryor, Gene Wilder movie, John Landis wound up casting Dan Aykroyd, who he had already worked with, and some newcomer to the scene named Eddie Murphy? Eddie Murphy's the answer. 3,738 of you knew that one. You've made it this far and are ready for our final question. Well done, everybody. Now, this is the last game of 2024, but it's not the last game about 2024, because we're coming back from the holidays on Thursday, January 2nd, with a 2024 Year in Review game. Join us then and play for the big $2,500 grand prize. That's right, $2,500 on the line for that great game about 2024, that Year in Review. I love it. I love it. I'm excited for it. And hey, quick reminder, there are 2 ways to get SB from Swagbucks Daily Trivia outside of our live games. One is through the Daily Trivia Challenge, the quick, hostless version of our game that you can play on your schedule up to twice per day. Second is by clicking the More Ways to Earn button wherever you find it in the app. Both will give you SB towards your daily goal, so be sure to check that out. And folks, 'tis the season for last-minute gifts. And My Gift Cards Plus has you covered. That's the site where you get cash back in the form of SB buying gift cards for yourself or family and friends. There are always different gift cards offering increased cash back, and right now you can get 20% cash back on Applebee's gift cards. Take yourself to a nice meal or treat family and friends. This deal is in limited supply, so when the cards are gone, so is the deal. Be sure to get your card at the end of the game. That's right, 20% cash back on Applebee's gift cards from My Gift Cards Plus. That's a great deal. But before we can get there, we got to finish the quiz. Question 10 is here. It's with a bonus SB. We've got 3,824 of you vying for a piece of the grand prize. About 17,000 people hanging out and having fun. Here we go. Q10, the final question of 2024. Love Actually opens and closes in what location? Airport, grocery store, or amusement park? Love Actually opens and closes in what location? Love Actually weaves together several storylines, and it all comes back to the opening line. Whenever I get gloomy with the state of the world, I think about the arrivals gate at Heathrow Airport. Airport is the answer. 3,604 of you knew that answer, and you're splitting our grand prize. Well done. Let's take a look at those winners there, everybody. Congrats to everyone who won the final game of 2024. There's our winners. You got 28 SB plus all those bonus SB. And even if you were just hanging out and having fun by the end, claim the rest of the SB that you got for those correct questions. And here's what I have to say, folks. Keep the change, you filthy animal. Just keep it. Well, keep it for a little bit, because you know what you got to do now. Now that you've got this prize in the form of points called SB, you redeem it for PayPal cash or gift cards to Amazon, Starbucks, Target. You can redeem it at really hundreds of places. You just check it out, swagbucks.com. But folks, you've done it again. You know who's done it? Jarzatron did it. MXTH for real did it. Emma Truman 94. Brown Sugar 4411. Philip Will. Patton 1776. And so many more of you, including Jelly Donuts. You did it. Thanks for playing today, everybody. We're going to see you back here on January 2nd for the 2024 Year in Review game. This has been Daily Trivia Live. Happy holidays, everybody, from our swag fam to yours.